One of the things that I see customers struggling with a lot is around Jenkins. And Jenkins is really great. You can do some builds in it. People configure deployments. But we end up in situations like the one I'm about to show you. So here I've got a Jenkins server. It's for my banking group, right? And so you end up with a bunch of folders in here with different modules. Like maybe there's the credit card handling team, for this microservice. And if we click in here, they've got jobs for doing a build with an automatic deploy to dev, and then, deploying out to some environments. Cool. See this pattern a lot. This can be a little bit confusing because these are in alphabetical order typically, rather than ordered by dev, then QA, then integration test, and then prod, right? Which is what people are looking for. But more to the point, when people are going to production, they tend not to be deploying just this credit card component. They're picking some collection of all of these things. And so now what I have to do in order to get this right is I have to know which of these things are ready to go to prod, and click on each one, and then go in and click on the prod deployment and kick that one off, and then go to another, and maybe I need to do that in the right order. Maybe there are a lot of kind of orchestration things here, typically managed in a spreadsheet. A lot of opportunity to do the wrong thing. So that's the struggle that we're sitting with. Where this gets worse is that you often have a lot of teams working together, and they'll each have their own Jenkins setup, right? So I've got one banking group, and this is their stuff, and another banking group who's got their own set of applications. And all of this needs to be coordinated together as it goes out for release. This hazard and this challenge is one of the things that we run UrbanCode Velocity right at. So we had our consumer banking group with their credit card app, the CC we were just looking at. And now what we've done is we've mapped all of those different jobs to phases in a pipeline. And we've done that for all of the projects. And we've done that for the projects sitting in the other Jenkins as well. This could even work with applications that are managed by a different continuous delivery tool. So if I'm looking now for, well, what do I want to do if I want to say what's working in dev test is good, and I want to move it to integration test? Now I just say, look, I want to do something to integration test. It's going to automatically tell me these are the things that are in dev, right? Coming from dev that are not in integration. These other things haven't changed. So the default here is really reasonable. Whatever was in the prior environment, move it all. I could change that and, not deploy this or deploy a different version of that. It's fine. At the end of the day, I say go and deploy it all. And there's a plan here. It could be ordered. It could be all in parallel. But that's going to kick off all of the automation sitting in, right? So it looks like it's just run them all, kicked them all off, they're done. If I wanted to see the logs for any of this, I come into them, I go out, and it's going to take me right back into Jenkins, and I could go get my console output or whatever. And then also from Jenkins, we know why this happened. So there you go, that's the big picture. A lot of Jenkins instances are a bit of a mess. They've got this huge list of jobs in them, kind of tucked away in folders. If you flip into the blue ocean view, you even lose your folders and it's more of a mess. So you've got this kind of overwhelming stuff to try to manage. And what Velocity does for us is it pulls this all together into something that makes sense, and that we can view what's going on in a coherent way across multiple Jenkins instances, a whole bunch of microservices, and a whole bunch of jobs, all laid out in this nice, clean view.